Hello everyone, today I'll be teaching you how to make white chocolate cheesecake. Now it will be done in two parts. First I'll make the base and then the cheesecake batter. Now for the base I'll need around 50 to 60 grams of digestive biscuits. You can use any brand or you can use any biscuit that has a really crumbly texture, right? That breaks easily, right? Like see, basically I'll need to crush them. So use the biscuits that get crushed easily. And then I'll need about 50 grams of melted butter. You can also use caramel sauce to bind this. Any liquid base which is sweet will do, right? Now for the cheesecake batter, I'll need 110 grams of cream cheese. You can use any cream cheese, but the best brands are Philadelphia. In India, there's a really nice brand called Delecta. Use the cream cheeses that are not too sour, right? Cream cheese is slightly sour or has a neutral taste, but there is also too sour. But some cream cheese that are too sour, don't use that, right? Then I need 150 grams of icing sugar. You can also use powdered sugar, but don't use castor sugar or granulated sugar. Otherwise, they won't mix. And then I'll need 100 grams of whipped cream. You can use both dairy-based cream or dairy-free cream. It's up to you. And obviously 150 grams of white chocolate ganache. Making a ganache will help to mix the white chocolate, right? If I directly melt the white chocolate and then mix it into the batter, there are chances that because of the temperature change, there will be lumps of white chocolate, which is not desirable. If you want to add lumps of white chocolate, you can always grate some white chocolate into the batter or chop and add the white chocolates or add white chocolate chips, right? But if you want a smooth mixture, use white chocolate ganache. And to set everything, I'll use 10 grams of gelatin. You can alternatively, see, gelatin is a non-vegetarian item, right? It's made with animal bones. If you don't want to use that, you can always use pectin, which is a plant-based product, or agar-agar, which is also a fungus-based product. But all these are the vegetarian substitutes. But the best setting will come from gelatin. Now to start the recipe, I'll need to prepare the base for the cake. Now while making the base, use a bottom removable pan, right? A pan like this, where you can remove the bottom. It makes demolding much easier, right? So I'll take the biscuits and crush them by hand. You can always crush them in a mixer, but it crushes very fine, and I need a few bigger chunks, right? So crushing it by hand is the best option. Now, as you can see, I have crushed the biscuits very finely. Now I'll add the melted butter. And combine them. Now this will form the base for the cheesecake. Right, the butter and biscuits are combined. So I'll just pour them into the mold. And then I'll press them evenly so that it forms a base. Now the biscuits will provide a really nice and crumbly texture, and the butter will, once cooled, will act as a glue to hold everything together, right? Now this goes into the fridge until the mixture is formed. Now while the base is sitting inside the fridge, we'll start making the cheesecake batter. Now to make the cheesecake batter, I'll need to mix these items, but before that, I'll need to bloom the gelatin. Now what is blooming of the gelatin? Basically, the gelatin needs to be soaked in cold water, not necessarily cold water, but water at minimum room temperature, right? and the water has to be at least 3 times the quantity of the gelatin. So for example, I am using 10 grams of gelatin, I need to use 30 grams of water. Now I'll add the water to the gelatin and I'll mix it. Now what the gelatin will do is, it will soak the water and swell up. Now that process of swelling up is called blooming. Now I mixed the gelatin with the water, right? So I'll keep it aside so that it blooms beautifully. And in this bowl, I'll start preparing the cheesecake batter. For that, I'll add the cream cheese, and the icing sugar. And I'll start mixing them with a whisk. You can do it with a spatula, but a whisk works totally fine. Right? The cheese and the sugar are ready, so I'll just add the white chocolate ganache. So make sure that it is semi-liquid in texture. If it is too liquid, the batter would be too thin, and if it is too hard, it will be very difficult to mix. At this stage, if you want, you can add just a little bit of vanilla essence. It only enhances the flavor. But I don't want to spoil the milkiness of the white chocolate, so I won't add the vanilla essence. Right? These 3 ingredients have mixed properly, so I'll just fold the whipped cream. Now folding it is necessary for this recipe. It will help to form it will just make the cheesecake very light, right? So fold it carefully. The airiness of the whipped cream will make the cheesecake really light, because the cream cheese is a heavy item, the ganache is a very heavy item, so that's why I have added around 100 grams of whipped cream. Now the batter is ready, and the gelatin has almost bloomed. As you can see, it has started to swell. So I'll just wait for around 5 minutes to give the gelatin time to bloom, and then I'll melt it either over a double boiler or in a microwave. Now as you can see, I have melted the gelatin, right? Now I'm going to add it into the cheesecake batter. Now I'll need to mix this evenly so that the cheesecake sets properly. Now the batter is ready. It's time to pour this over the mold. Just remove these. Now my mold is pre-lined, my batter is ready. It's time to pour this. Now a gentle tap so that the top becomes smooth. Okay. Now this goes back into the refrigerator for around 4 to 5 hours, and then I'll demold it and show it to you. Now as you can see, the cheesecake has set beautifully and I have demolded it. Now I will plate this.